Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to explain a movie called American Sniper. Get comfortable. We learned that one of the key themes of American Sniper is the strong culture of machismo, the masculine-oriented aggressiveness, competitiveness, and glamorization of danger found in the U.S. military. The film is about Chris Kyle is a Texas man who joined the S.E.A.L.S. in his 30s to become a sniper. After marrying Taya, they are called for their first tour of Iraq. We learned that Kyle's struggle is not with his missions, but with his relationship with the reality of the war and how he manages to handle it with his urban life, wife, and kids. The film starts, Navy SEAL sniper Chris Kyle, Bradley Cooper, is perched on a rooftop, scoping out the path of a U.S. military convoy. Later, he sees a man on a rooftop talking on a cell phone and reports it to his Marine backup. A few moments later, a woman and a young boy appear in the doorway of the same building and walk towards the convoy. Then, Kyle reports the woman and boy, noting that the woman is not swinging her arms and appears to be carrying something. In a moment, he watches through the scope as the woman removes something from her cloak and hands it to the boy, and he realizes that it is a grenade. So, he again gets the green light to shoot, but his Marine guard warns him that he will be sent to prison for shooting a child if he's wrong. Meanwhile, the film cuts to a young Chris hunting with his father, and he shoots and kills a deer. His father congratulates him on his excellent shot, telling him he has a gift. However, Chris happily approaches the deer, dropping his gun to the ground as he runs to it. His father reprimands him for treating his gun cavalierly. After that, Chris, his brother Jeff, and his parents attend church, where Chris pockets a copy of the New Testament. On a playground, Jeff is beat up by a larger kid. At dinner, Chris' father tells the boys that there are 3 kinds of people in the world: sheep, wolves, and sheepdogs. Meanwhile, the speech has an impact on Chris, as it shows that sheep don't believe in evil, wolves are predators who commit evil, and sheepdogs have the aggression and bravery to protect the world from evil. After that, Chris is competing in rodeos with his brother, but returns home and finds his girlfriend in bed with another man. So, he hits the man and kicks him out, but his girlfriend complains that he abandons her every weekend to go to rodeos. We saw, Chris and his brother are angry at the terrorist attack on U.S. embassies and feel compelled to do something to protect their country. Later, Kyle visits a U.S. Navy office and is approached by a recruiter who suggests the SEAL program, but he declines due to his lack of swimming ability. Meanwhile, Kyle goes through a rigorous training process, including being blasted with a powerful hose while exercising and being verbally harassed by officers. Later, he also goes through sniper training, bringing in his hunting background. The instructor reminds them to aim small, miss small, and to keep their non-scoping eye closed. Then, Kyle responds that he needs to keep both eyes open to see what else is out there, but the instructor reprimands him with 50 push-ups. Eventually, Kyle proves him wrong by shooting a snake hidden in the grass on the shooting range. In the meantime, Kyle meets Taya at a bar one night. She tells him she would never marry a SEAL, but he encourages her to date him. However, they progress their relationship and she asks him if he ever thinks about protecting his country. On their wedding day, they receive word that they will be deployed to Iraq, which they celebrate. The film cuts back to the opening scene, where Kyle watches a woman hand a grenade off to a young boy. As the boy runs towards the convoy, Kyle pulls the trigger and kills him. We see that the woman runs past the boy's body and grabs the grenade, but Kyle shoots her. The grenade falls short of the convoy and explodes, leaving the troops unharmed. Then, Kyle is congratulated on his first kill, but admits he didn't think it was what it would be like to protect his country. However, Kyle is providing overwatch for Marine units searching for Zarqawi in an evacuated city. He is dedicated to his job, even urinating in his post to avoid abandoning his watch. After a particular watch, Kyle reports that he had 6 kills, which is more than all the other snipers combined in the same shift. Later, a bounty has been placed on their heads by Al-Qaeda, and Kyle hears of an Al-Qaeda sniper who won a gold medal for shooting in the Olympics. Then, Kyle talks to his pregnant wife on the phone and they talk and laugh together. She complains that she has to put the crib together by herself and they express how much they miss each other. His brother has been deployed to Iraq. After that, Kyle kills a man carrying a grenade launcher, but a young boy is startled and runs over. Kyle prepares to shoot the boy, but the boy gives up and runs away, leaving Kyle relieved. We saw Kyle complains about being assigned to Overwatch, but eventually abandons his post and joins the Marines on the ground. Then, they find a home where the family has refused to evaluate, and the man tells them that Zarqawi's second in command is a man known as the Butcher. Later, he promises to help him and provides a name, which turns out to be useful intelligence. They prepare to bring the cash to the man. We saw that SEALs drive back to a man's home to bring him the money, but are suddenly attacked by Mustafa. Kyle tries to take him out, but is pinned down by gunfire. But the Butcher finds out and kills the man's young son with a handheld power drill. He also shoots the man and screams out a warning to anyone who cooperates with the U.S. military. More troops arrive and Kyle and his men are able to get out safely. A few days later, the troops return and Taya tearfully reunites with Kyle. We saw Kyle tries to adjust to life back home, but Taya finds him watching a video of U.S. soldiers being killed by a sniper. Moreover, she wants him to open up, but he doesn't want her to know about the atrocities in Iraq. We saw that the doctor and Taya are concerned about Kyle's health, but he brushes off their concerns and promises to take care of it. As they drive away, Taya tries to get him to open up, but he just repeats that he's fine. He grows frustrated and tells her he doesn't understand why people aren't talking about Iraq. Moreover, Taya goes into labor and they rush to the hospital where they give birth to their son. Meanwhile, Kyle redeploys for a second and third tour, leading a team of SEALs to hunt down the Butcher. Later, the bounty on his head has increased, and Kyle jokes that his wife may go after it herself. However, Mark expresses regret about the war, but Kyle reminds him that they are patriots serving their country and protecting their families. In the meantime, the team gets intelligence that the Butcher may be hiding out in a particular building, and breaks into a home across the street. Later, the man invites the SEALs to be guests at his table, and Kyle finds a hidden compartment filled with guns and weapons. At gunpoint, they force the man to knock on the door, but a sniper takes out the door opener. The SEALs enter the building, clearing room after room looking for the Butcher, who escapes through back tunnels. However, Biggles buys an engagement ring locally to save money, but is shot in the face by Mustafa. He asks Kyle to deliver it to his girlfriend back home, but Mark is shot during the mission and presumably killed. We saw Kyle struggles to adjust to civilian life due to loud noises and his daughters crying in the nursery. He argues he is protecting his family and country, but Taya wants him to protect them at home. Then, Kyle is praised by a young Marine for saving his life, but feels uncomfortable with the praise. Later, Kyle visits Biggles in the hospital and he shares that he is now engaged, despite warning his girlfriend that it will be difficult. Moreover, Kyle feels compelled to return to the war, but his wife tells him he's done his duty and will not be waiting for him. Jeff tells Kyle to fuck this country after arriving in Iraq. In the meantime, Kyle and his team are sent out to try to take out Mustafa, a sniper who keeps picking off engineers constructing a wall. However, Mustafa shoots from a different angle and kills another soldier, leading the team to change their setup. However, Kyle believes he has spotted Mustafa, but the rest of the team has a hard time believing him. One of the SEALs encourages Kyle to take the shot if he believes he can do it. Later, Kyle takes the shot, killing Mustafa, but the insurgents swarm the roof. The 4 SEALs shoot their way off the roof as the backup arrives. 3 run into the truck bed, but Kyle is shot and barely makes it back. Then, Kyle rips off his belt and grabs a dog at a family barbecue, causing Taya to cry out in horror. Moreover, Kyle has been credited with 160 kills, but regrets not saving more American troops. So, he takes disabled veterans to a shooting range and teaches them to shoot sniper rifles, inspiring one of them to feel like a man again. At the end, Chris Kyle has regained himself, teaching his son to hunt and working with veterans. Taya is proud of him, but a Marine's mom asks him to help her son. So, that was all from the video. Please, give us a suggestion of movies you want us to upload next. Thank you for watching and being part of our family. Just to let you know, we are posting videos every day for you. Please subscribe to give us more motivation, and you will not miss our daily video.